Skull Servants, Infernoids, you know, the ideas that are floating around right now are really cool. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So feature match time. We have Skull Servants versus Infernoids. I'm going to be honest with you, I've genuinely been enjoying watching what is coming out of these features here. So let's see what exciting, interesting ideas that we're going to see here. So we have White Baking, we have Unizombie, we have Baldrake, Ash Blossom, and King's Sarcophagus. And of course we have Bonfire, Wanted, Void Imagination, we have Antra, and we have the Teufel. Interesting that we're actually seeing this card see play, but you know, this card is actually pretty strong at what it can bring to the table. So we're going to go ahead and get Ashed on the Wanted. Well, you know, interesting choice to hit it, but I understand it does cut off one of our pieces to the combo. We're going to go ahead and have to Bonfire to get our deck going here. You're going to see we're going to go ahead and grab the Ash here. Down comes the Ash getting normaled. We're going to go ahead and bring up the Populace. Populace added to the hand. It is time to trigger. Go ahead and grab the Snake Eyes. And now we can go ahead and engineer combo. Hey, look. Since Populace gets sent to the graveyard, it gets to actually crystallize itself as a spell and trap, which is really good. Hey, look at that. Now we have our fodder for the Snake Eyes Ash while maintaining, you know, or for the Snake Eyes, so we can maintain and do our thing. Up comes Dinkatron, and it is time to begin the milling. For all intents and purposes here, you're going to need to know that Dinkatron is not a hard once per turn, which is really good. So we're going to go ahead and initiate the mill. We're going to turn into an Anaku here. Ash is going to go ahead and rotate us off. We're going to turn into an Oak here. Oak's going to get to go ahead and do its thing here. Up comes the Dinkatron. Hey, look, Dinkatron, activate mill function. Alright, rotate. We're going to go ahead and Flamberge Dragon. Go ahead and rotate on in to the Magical Blade here. This card will be really important here in a little bit for our add back. Alright, we're going to go ahead and bring back our friends now because of the Flamberge Dragon, and now the Dinkatron's going to go ahead and mill off again. Alright, we're going to go ahead and bring up our friend. Now the Magicalized Blade's going to go ahead and trigger and let us add one from our banished pile to our hand. So it's where Pure Mias is going to come back. Go ahead and link summon on in to the Proxy F Magician. Now this is, you know, when you look at this combo, you're like, we need a fusion spell, right? Well, no. Actually, we can use Proxy F here as our generic link to grant us a fusion summon so that we can actually make Evil. Alright, and now Evil has touchdown. Now this lets you banish an Infernoid from our graveyard, and then we can send Infernoid with different names from each other from our deck to the graveyard equal to that. So we're going to go ahead and do a huge dump here by banishing the Shajet. And yeah, our opponent's going to go ahead and hit that concede button. I don't really blame them for hitting that, because once the Noid wheel starts going here, you're going to see this huge spin out of BS. And especially when this deck has a free link climb functionality behind it, because remember, those link monsters do not have levels. You're going to get all of this free clearing for you to get everything set up. It's honestly pretty disgusting. And, you know, you didn't really get to see much action from the Skull Servant player here, but when you're cooked, you're cooked. Like, that's all there is to it. You hit that concede button and you call it a day. Alright, so we're moving on in to game 2 here. And let's see what we can actually see across the table here. So we have King's Sarcophagus, Skull Servant, King of the Skull Servants, Ash Blossom, and there can only be one. Meanwhile, we have Sinful Spoils, Dinkatron, Antra, Bonfire, and Droll. Holy crap. This is the combination of cards you do want to see here. So we're going to go ahead and King's Sarcophagus, go ahead and pitch off our vanilla Skull Servant, mill off our friend, go ahead and discard another one, and we're going to go ahead and mill off Hoppy. Not the strongest position to be in the world, but that's fine. Go ahead and bring up Hoppy into Mcetti here. Overlay into the Zombie Vampire. Now this is very dangerous to be doing this against something like Infernoid, because the Infernoid deck will just feed off of the mills. You know, the more that you're going to put in the graveyard, the higher danger level you're going to be facing here. So this is a risky play, but it's fine. We're going to go ahead and get our mills, and they're going to revive the Unizombie. Luckily, we only saw an Anaku get milled here. This could have been way worse. This is one of those good scenarios. So now we've got a Unizombie, we can actually start doing things. So we also got the White Baking down here as well. Alright. So time to get some free value. Grab our White Prince, grab the White Mare, okay, and then down goes the White Prince. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get drolled there, which is fine. We're not really too worried about that. Mill off R2. Unizombie mill off the Mizuki. Okay, good. Go ahead and banish so we can summon out the big Skull Servant. It's always really funny because whenever you make this King of the Skull Servant, it's going to get converted into a good card. Hey look, it's Lingaribo, aka Stepping Fodder. Alright, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make the Dahark so we can revive from our opponent. Nice and steady. Alright, we're going to go ahead and link summon on in to the Selene here. And load on up those counters and go ahead, White Mare, do the pitch, bring back up our lady, and then link summon on into the Apo. Go ahead and make the Hope Harbinger here, and then Mizuki, go ahead and revive the White Baking. Now before you're like, why did we revive the White Baking here? We have a Lingaribo down right now, which actually will help us out a lot. Alright, like this card is going to be a massive helperoo. Alright, so we did draw the Super Power. We're going to go ahead and want it here. We're going to go ahead and get ashed every time. Alright, we're going to go ahead and attempt to Bonfire, which is interesting because we let this actually do its thing here. Alright, Populous, we're going to go ahead and negate that. Alright, down comes the Dankatron for our normal. We're going to go ahead and blast that, and then we're going to go ahead and flip. There can only be one. Now, this is actually really good in this matchup as our 1-up here, so that I love that we actually drew the hard 1-up here to make sure that the opponent cannot. Alright, they're going to go ahead and do the destruction. Goodbye. I miss you. They're going to go ahead and make the SP Little Knight. We're going to lose our King Sarcophagus here, which is a little bit rough. They're going to go ahead and swing on over our Apo, which, free damage. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and trigger the Lingaribo here over the White Baking to actually revive. Now, since our friend here is sent to the graveyard, we're going to get to go ahead and get some more value. Hey, White Prince. Hello, King of the Skull Servants. How are you? Alright, we're going to go ahead and... goodbye, White Prince. And hello, good old Lubellion for turn. We're going to go ahead and pitch this Lubellion. Go ahead and grab us a free Baldrake here. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and deploy the Baldrake. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and commit our normal summon to this, and we're going to hit the concede button here because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's an 8,000 attack. King of the Skull Servants. And yes, you do see King of the Skull Servants blasting that game for the win. Like, you'd be surprised that this deck actually can steal games from your opponent. I see a card though that breaks the game, and it's this good card, Wanted on in to the Diabellstar. We have no responses from across the table. Diabellstar pitch. Go ahead and Sinful Spoils on up. There's the Ash on in to the Oak. Interesting. Alright, we're going to go ahead and Instant Fusion. It's a different game now because here is the evil, and we have down a Deviati, which means we're going to feed on the corpse of the Deviati. Alright, here comes the huge Initiate Mill. Oof. Yup. Go ahead and convert on into the Lingaribo, and down comes a Tondol. Go ahead and get our banishes. Go and get our free Void off of Banishing Evil. Go ahead and deploy the Oak, revive the Dankatron, mill off the Devi. Go ahead and convert on into the Flamberge Dragon. Go ahead and make the IP, Flamberge trigger for the revive. Go ahead and make the Promethean, revive the Flamberge. Crystallize this. This is actually going to be really important. Up comes the Flood. Go ahead and make the Proxy F over here because we can. Go ahead and make the Deviati. Vanishment, go ahead and grab the Void Feast. Go ahead and set the feast, and our opponent, we pass turn. This is good. Opponent's going to go ahead and want it here. Gotta love when you draw Ash for turn every time. Alright, Diabellstar coming down. Trigger. Alright, go ahead and grab the Sinful Spoils. Grab our White Mare. Go ahead and grab our White Prince. Alright, go ahead and search, or get our mills. Go ahead and 1 for 1, bring up White Prince. We're going to go ahead and bring up from the Crystal. Go ahead and link into the SP. We're going to go ahead and banish that. Go ahead and trigger Flamberge for the double revive. Deviati and Ash trigger. Grab our Pure Myas, and then we turn into the Atondal. Alright, go ahead and banish. Sinful Spoils, rotate on into the Jet Synchron. Sinful, go ahead and regenerate for the draw 1. God, I love these hand traps. That's so rough. And our opponent's going to go ahead and hit that concede button because, really, we still have the Flood up and running. Devi's over here looking, and we already blew the Dankatron. Like, this is a crazy setup. Plus, we have the Void Feast as well in case of an emergency. Yeah, rough. But, you know, I think this deck put up a much better game than I was surprised it could. So please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Peace. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.